Okay, well, I was going to do this live, but I guess I have to wait 24 hours because I've never live streamed before to actually live stream. Sounds pretty dumb to me, but whatever. So anyways, first real kind of live streamy thing I'm doing here. Never really done this before, but I just wanted to make some responses to one of Owen Benjamin's couple last videos because I think it's freaking hilarious, and I agree with a lot of stuff that he says. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing this every day on my way home from work. It's usually like a little 15-20 minute thing, and it might go longer than that. Sometimes I just drive around and talk because it's like the only time I have that I'm not surrounded by my family, and when I'm with my family, I'm gonna pay attention to my family, obviously, because I have a wife and 4 beautiful children. Yeah, so there's that. So anyways, he was talking about free speech definition yesterday, and you know, I agree with him. Like, it shouldn't be legal to say some of the things that that people get to say. Like, you know, people want to, for lack of a better term, rape your kids. Yeah, and I'm not okay with that either. But the fact of the matter is it's because of us. Like, we've let it hit this point, and I know you're not arguing that point, Owen, because, like, you know, you understand it. You're not a complete retard like half these people out here that want to argue this stuff, you know. So, I mean, but the fact of the matter is we've allowed this to happen by letting things slip farther and farther through our fingers instead of just putting our feet down and being alpha males like we're supposed to be, and just being like, no, I'm not going to allow you to freaking do that, and punching them in the face. And these people that are like, oh, you can't punch people in the face, those people get punched in the face because, like, I mean, that ain't right either. Like, we're not allowed. I mean, we've just let stuff go too far to, like, you know, the soy boy generation, and I'm not okay with that either. Like, I have to say that. Like, I hate the fact that people can define your words, and I've been fighting that in my. I'm an alien in my family. My family hates me, and I mean, I wouldn't say hates me in the fact that they don't hate me, like they can't stand being around me, but like, I've been ostracized from my family for sure because of the fact that that I am the conservative. I'm the ultra conservative in my family. Yeah, guy, you can just go ahead and cut in front of me. That's cool. But yeah, so I'm like the ultra conservative in my family, and I mean, I take a hard stance on the Bible, and like that makes me even more ostracized. And then of course, like the whole, you know, where do we live thing, flat earth argument, like that ostracizes you even more. So yeah, I mean, I feel you, man. I'm ostracized too, especially from my family for taking a hard line on these things, you know. So yeah, but I mean, it's just not defined properly, and the fact that we've let it go too far. And I just wanted to say that, like, I 100% agree with your stance on it, and I'm just tired and sick of it too. Like, no, I'm gonna punch you in the face if you come up to me. And I don't go to malls anyways, but if you came up to me in the grocery store and said you wanted to screw my kid, yeah, man, I'm gonna punch you in the face and probably go to jail for it, and I don't think that's right either. So yeah. And I mean, the whole, like, we're supposed to do good thing that he brought up, like, I disagree with that to a sense, but in the other sense, you know, yeah, I agree. We have to do as much good as we can. But I mean, taking the Lord's name in vain, I semi-agree with your stance on that, but not so much in some other areas. Yeah, like, we can't just go around being like, God told me to steal your car. Like, no, that's taking God's name in vain. But I think it goes deeper than that too, and I'd be willing to get into that further. Which brings up one of the points that I wanted to say, man. Like, if you want somebody to hardcore, like, you're funny and you teach the Bible, but you said, hey, you promote the crap out of somebody basically that wants to come in and teach people Bible lessons, man. Like, when you said that, like, God put in my head, like, hey, that's you, bro. You need to do that. That's what I've been, you know, that's your platform, because that's what I do. I like to dig into the Bible and find the truth of it. And you said, you know, if somebody didn't come at it with an agenda or have a, you know, thing that they're trying to promote come along, you know, and they just want them to teach the Bible and what it says, that you'd promote the crap out of them. And hey, that's me, man. I don't come at it with an agenda. I don't have anybody. I'm not trying to lead anybody to anything. I'm just trying to tell what the Bible says, man. You read the Bible and do what it says. It's that easy. I don't belong to a denomination. I've actually left all my denominations, which is another ostracizing thing for me. I'm not Hebrew roots. I'm not any of this stupid garbage that exists today. Like, man, I just read the Bible and do what it says. It's that easy. But that does ostracize you from a lot of people, because a lot of people have these preconceived notions of what the heck the Bible is supposed to say, instead of just taking it for what it does say and doing it. So, I'm your guy if you want me to do that. And on your idea of Christian Hollywood, man, like, yeah, I've got a lot of friends that would love to be a part of that, because I mean, it's a real thing. Like, we need to have influence over these things. Like, weak, cowardly Christians who cower in the corners, like, no, we can only talk to each other, we can't interact with the world. That bothers me. Like, but I'm also not the, like, we should go door to door banging on, have you met Jesus yet? Because that's not right either. That's not the model we see ever in Scripture. So that's not cool. And it feels weird, and it should feel weird, because it's not something that you're totally supposed to be doing. So I don't agree with that level of evangelism either. Like, you're supposed to be visiting people in prison and taking care of widows and being an alpha male, because God designed you to be that way, not, soy-eating, estrogen-filled piece of crap. And I mean, it's a reality, people. Don't get your feelings hurt. But your old-time stance on thought is good. Like, 1930s, man, nobody would have put up with this stuff, like the blasphemy laws and everything. Like that stuff still exists, but we've ignored it for so long now that it might as well not exist. And it's gonna take a race of people to stand up, and not even a race, but you know what I mean. You get it. I get it. But I mean, you get it, Bears. You know what I'm talking about. Borders, man, borders. Taking care of our own people. Yes, that is true. I freaking love it. But you got to understand, guys, like, here's your first biblical lesson. Here's your first biblical truth for the day. Israel is you, if you believe in Jesus, if you believe in Christ. You are part of Israel. Like, and it isn't the Jews, because from everything I've seen, and proof-wise, and I can get into it way deeper if you want to, but Ashkenazi Jews are quite even possibly not even genetically related to original Israel, because there's just so much proof that's not true. And the people that are actually occupying Israel right now, and I'm not going to say all of them, because there's a good portion of them that could be from the line of Judah, but these people that, these Zionists, like Zionists in the sense that they are pro-Israel Jews, they have a claim to the land, but the Zionists in the sense that they just want to screw and rape their way to the top of everything and be rich and be the filth and scum of the earth, those guys, yeah, they don't have a genetic claim to anything, because they're not Judah. They're just fakers. And I'm not telling anybody anything that they don't know here, probably, but I mean, I can get into it so much deeper, and like into the diaspora when the Jews were sacked by the Romans, and even further back when the tribes split because the Northern Kingdom rebelled and God said, "Get the hell out! I'm divorcing you." But yeah. So if you're interested in that, I'll go into that later. But that's up to you guys. And so. Your argument on people who are willing to degrade themselves the most, like who can degrade themselves the most, is so on point, man. Like, that is so true. And it's like, it's even true in the Christian realm, which is what disgusts me about the modern day church. It's like, let's see who can cave the most on our morality. Let's just see who can give up the most and be the most popular. Let's see, we'll just accept anything. Gays, y'all can come in. Sodomites, you're welcome to get married here. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. Like, the whole religious system breaks down at that point. It's like, you don't even stand for anything. Like, why even bother having a denomination? You might as well just call yourself a Satanist, because that's what you are. Like, there's no truth in what you're doing. Like, where are you getting your morality from at that? Like, you're not reading the Bible. Like, stop claiming God at that point, because, like, again, it's who's willing to give up the most ground and just fall over and die. Like, that, it drives me crazy. Like, and there's so much wisdom in the Bible and Proverbs and everything. Like, it just drives me so freaking crazy to see people, And you said it's hard to be a Christian, dude. It's not. Owen, it's not hard to be a Christian. It's so easy to be a Christian. It's hard to be a Christian when you play by these stupid hypocrites' rules. That's what makes it hard to be a Christian. You know what's easy? Picking up your Bible in the morning, reading it, and doing it. That's easy. It's not hard because it's a relationship with God about where He's your Father and you're His kid, and He cares about you and He wants what's best for you. Like, that is the relationship that He wants with you. It's not hard. And people want to say that, like, oh, following the Ten Commandments is hard. Like, it's not. It's so easy. Like, if you live your life by basic principles, it's so what I'm trying to say there is it's not hard. And plus, like, you get it. Like, you don't have to be perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's about changing. It's about striving to be better and striving to change your life to match what God looks like instead of what the world looks like. That's really what it's honestly about. And it's easy. It's not hard. So that's really all I'm trying to say about that. And yeah, where was I? Sorry, I wrote down some stuff. I have to write it down, otherwise I'll forget everything in the world because I'm busy. If you let everything in life bother you or cripple you, like, oh yeah. So I wrote down, like, you brought up a point, like, about weak people or whatever, and, like, you know, everybody was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that stuff happened to you when you were a kid. Like, yeah, and you were like, grow up. Like, I mean, seriously, man, I'm right there with you. If you let everything that happened to you in your life or as a child bother you or cripple you, you end up like Joe Rogan. Like, he's just a broken, crippled old man who wants to be cool and be an alpha male, but he can't because he's just a toe, and no one likes toes because feet are disgusting. So, I mean, that's just the reality of being Joe Rogan. And, you know, he really, really wishes that he could grow a full face mustache and be a real man like the rest of us, because we're not weak. And, you know, you inspired me in a little bit, Owen, and all the rest of you bears. The I Love Mustaches video was on point. So freaking funny. I laughed, my wife laughed, we both cried, and then, you know, it was great because we're men, and women love alpha men with mustaches, like even full face mustaches like your brother. And so, I mean, that is just what it is. And I'm sorry, I have to apologize to all my fellow brother bears for not having my full face mustache in full bloom right now, because I do grow a glorious mustache that spills over onto the rest of my face. And yeah, and I don't have it right now because I had National Guard drill last weekend, because yes, I am in the Army, and yes, I do love it. And you know, I like doing stuff for people, and I'm not a coward, so I will go to war, and I have gone and got deployed and you know, served my country. And maybe that phase of my life is almost over. I have no idea yet. I'm still playing it day to day. And so, but you've inspired me to bring at least the stash laying on my face every day from now on, because I can wear that at drill, and I might as well, because it's the mark of a man. So, and you've inspired me. I'm going to do that. I told my wife I was going to do that, and she's like, I don't really know if I like it. And I said, well, that's tough because you're going to love it. And she just laughed, and that's where we are, because yeah, that's how things work in my house. So we're going to do it like that. And dude, your interview with Faith Goldie was amazing. Like, freaking love that. She is so awesome, and I love watching her because she's like anti-Canada, even though she lives there, and everything that Canada stands for. And it's just great to see that there's good people in Canada, and I love it. But you know, the whole men wearing makeup argument, like to look like women, I've got the direct answer for you, man. That is a freaking giant demon that is taking over, because I can tell you that it's not a physical movement, because like, you don't just wake up in the morning like, hey, you know what I want to do today? I want to go put makeup on and look like a girl. Like, no, nobody feels that in their soul when they wake up in the morning. Like, that is perverse, and it's stupid. And I mean, it's cyclical, because they did it in the Roman days, and like the Greeks and everybody, like all the actors were men. Like, you know, read up a little bit on history if you don't think that's true. Like, it is absolutely true. And there were some men, probably the Sodomites back in the day, that liked to dress up like women and play women in the theater, because women weren't allowed to be actors. So call it what it is. And it's a demon, man. Like, because my kid the other day, my alpha male son, who is 8 years old, he's like, I want to paint my nails. And I'm like, get out of my house. Like, no, you're not doing that here. It's for women. Women paint their nails. I don't care. You're not a bleeding heart faggot. I mean, you're not. You're not going to do that in my house. And you can call me a child abuser if you want to, but I am the male in my house, and I make the rules, and my kid is not wearing freaking nail polish. It's not happening unless one of my daughters wants to, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll freaking paint your nails. I don't care. Like, because that's manly, and I'm your dad. I don't care. I'll paint your nails if you're a girl. But my kid, my boy, my alpha male son is not painting his nails. It's not happening in my house. I'm not allowing that. Like, no. And he's never said anything like that before. Never had any impulse. Like, this kid plays football and soccer. He's a stud. Like, no, like, you're not doing that in my house. And he accepted it. Like, he was just like, oh, okay, Dad, sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. But something put that idea in his head, and it wasn't anything that I exposed him to or that he is exposed to, because I homeschool my kids. My wife's a stay-at-home mom. Like, we teach the Bible. I read the Bible to my kids every single night, and that's just the way we do things. And I'm not going to be ashamed of that, and I'm not going to be ashamed for teaching my kids morality. So, yeah, man, that's a demon spirit, man, and you need to rebuke that crap and get it out of your house. For sure, if your sons ever start saying some garbage like that, and like, pray prayers of protection. And I'm going to pray for you, all of you guys, all the whole community. I'm going to be praying for everybody that in our house is like, that stuff just gets the heck out of there, because it's not okay, and I'm not going to stand for it. The chicken analogy, man, that was hilarious. It's like the prime survival of the fittest analogy. Like, these people all want to be like, our species is evolving. Our species is evolving. No. The alpha males are evolving because we're the ones that adapt to change, and we move back to the wilderness where we came from so that we don't have to die with the rest of you weasels that want to sit up and be the dumbest chickens possible and get killed by the freaking chicken hawks. Sorry, I got to turn around here for a second. Like, we're not those people. Like, we're going to get out, we're going to survive, because we have an instinct that tells us that you guys are all drowning and we can't be a part of it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be part of your weak sycophant society system that is going to drown me. I'm not going to be part of that. I'm not going to sit here and let the fox come in here and kill all of us. I'm paranoid. There's a sense in me that tells me I need to get out and survive. So that's what I'm going to do. And I just thought that chicken analogy was brilliant. Oh yeah, and the reason why these Trudeau hair shaving kids, like, I had this explained to me by a psychologist back in the day, Christian psychologist, if there's such a thing, which I doubt. But he said that like, the whole guys liking girls that shave their pubic hair and the whole move to have men be hairless and all that, it's because it's boy loving, man. It's child sodomy. That's what they prefer. So, and if they can get an 18-year-old to look 2 days younger so that they can be a sodomite pedophile, that's what they're going to do, because that's what it is. They want people without hair so that it reminds them of their fantasy, because they don't want to be a pervert, but they want to be a pervert, you know? So it's like the little crying voice inside of them that's like, please just love an adult. And they're like, no, I want to love a child, but I'll have to substitute it for an adult because I don't want to be a pariah. But I mean, they are anyways, because of, I mean, they're all rebelling against God either way. Let's call it what it is. Like, they want to live in Sodom and Gomorrah, and they want to worship the beast. So, I mean, do it. That's what it comes back to, man. It's like the whole hairless thing is just about the whole sodomy. Like, they want to be sodomite pedophiles is what it comes down to. And yeah, I'm not tolerating that crap either. Like, get the hell away from me. Like, I don't talk to 3 or 4 of my family members now, my brothers and sisters, because they support this crap. And I'm like, no, I will not be part of this system. I'm not going to cave to your lunacy. I won't do it. I'm not going to be part of it. So, anyways, that's what I have to say today. Oh yeah, and you were asking about things that you want people to come up with, like, a passcode. Like, man, instead of calling everybody bro, just call them bear. It's super easy. Like, hey bears, like, hey bear, how's it going, man? Like, it's like you could replace bro with bear. Just my 2 cents. Love you much. Bears, do your thing. and support Owen and his family because it's awesome. But yeah, that's all I got. It's my 2 cents for today. I'm outing.